So, we all know about the major events in Animal Crossing New Horizons. We have Halloween, Toy Day, Turkey Day, Bunny Day, etc. But how many of the secret events do you know about, many of which appeared for the first time in Animal Crossing New Horizons, some of which were updated into the game much later into its lifespan? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of those more secret events that the game doesn't really advertise to you heavily like they do with some of the others. Some of these might be really low-key and could be considered mini-events, but honestly, I think they're really interesting, so I wanted to make a video going over some of them. Hopefully you'll discover something you didn't know here. Starting us off, we have the Lunar New Year event, which isn't technically new to Animal Crossing New Horizons, but it is done a little bit differently here. In past Animal Crossing games, you could only access this depending on your region of the world, I believe. But in Animal Crossing New Horizons, they decided to make the change so that this event is accessible to everyone, which I think is really great. On the day of the event, you can talk to any of your villagers to get some exclusive dialogue that you won't see any other day of the year, which I think is really cool and makes this event stand out. You can also get some items from the Nook shopping tab which relate to the event as well, including 2 items which allow you to gift money to your villagers, something that honestly you can't usually do. They don't really make much of a fuss about this event like they do with the other New Year's event, which I honestly think is a bit of a shame. It'd be nice to see this event expanded upon a little bit more. There's honestly a lot that they could do. So I'm hoping that in the next version of Animal Crossing they'll take it a step further and this could become one of the major events that happens. As it stands, there's quite a few players who don't even know this event exists in the game. So it would be nice to see Nintendo do a little bit more for it next time around. Moving on February 14th, we have Valentine's Day, and Nintendo doesn't really make a huge deal out of this one either, but I still think it's really cool what they do. You, for example, can get some mail from your villagers, or even Isabelle giving you some Valentine's Day themed items. This version of the event is basically the same as it was in Animal Crossing New Leaf, which I think is pretty cool. Although sadly, Isabelle doesn't appear in the Resident Services Plaza, which is a shame. I don't really know how they would do it, but this is definitely an event I'd like to see them do more with in the future. Even if it was just related to the chocolate part of the event, I think that would honestly be really cool. Now, another really cool detail about this event that you might not know is if you head into the Roost on Valentine's Day, you can talk to Brewster and for that one day only, get a hot chocolate from him. This is really one of the only times that you get something that isn't coffee from Brewster, so it's definitely really sweet. He'll even wish you a happy Valentine's Day, which I think is really nice. I always love getting some different dialogue from Brewster. He's my favorite character, aside from Bob, of course. So heading into the Roost on Valentine's Day is definitely worth it, and I'm really glad that it's in the game. Speaking of Brewster and the Roost, there's lots of secret mini events that actually happen in here that you might not know about. For example, on your birthday, Brewster will give you a special drink, which is, I guess, some kind of cake drink. We don't really know what's in this, but it sounds interesting all the same, and he'll even wish you a happy birthday, which is very nice. He will also recognize some of the other events going on around the island too. For example, New Year's. On January the 1st, he will wish you a happy New Year's, which is very nice of him, although you do get the same coffee on this day. And I believe he'll also wish you a happy Toy Day as well, which is very cool. It's worth noting that he doesn't recognize every single event going on in the game, but still, I think it's nice that he does recognize a few of them, and that just makes the Roost feel much more worth it to visit on these days, giving you something a little extra to do. The Roost is honestly full of all kinds of unique interactions, so these little ones related to events are great in themselves. I hope that in the next Animal Crossing game, Brewster will recognize even more of the events going on though, because then it would give you a reason to visit the Roost every single time an event is happening, which would honestly be really cool and a great addition. Now, a pretty special one that I know so many people still don't know about because I always get questions about this in my comments anytime I show this off, is DJ KK's special concert on your Happy Home Paradise archipelago. Now, you need the DLC for this to happen, but once you've completed the storyline mode, you will actually get a special concert from DJ KK every other Sunday. And honestly, I think it's so superior to the one we get on our islands. I know a lot of people tend to ignore KK Slider, which I'm guilty of doing too, but getting his DJ KK remixes, just like we used to with Club LOL back in Animal Crossing New Leaf, and having a ton of villagers dancing and such, honestly, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy that the Happy Home Paradise has its own special event as well. It's not just a place that kind of you get done with once you've completed the main storyline. It is worth noting that Happy in Paradise does actually recognize some of the events going on in the game too, which is really cool. Like Lottie will have her own pumpkins and a Christmas tree up and such, but this is the most major event to happen on the archipelago. It's definitely a shame in my opinion that you can't get songs from DJ KK to take back. That would have been an absolutely amazing feature, and I don't know why they didn't think of that. But still, I do really enjoy this concept. I love the fact as well that you can ask some of the characters to come dance with you. For example, you can see Wilbur dancing during this event, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm happy that Nintendo added this one in. It's a nice little bonus if you have the DLC. And if you don't have it at this point, but you might be getting it in the future, then it's something to look forward to. An event that Nintendo secretly added in, but I do feel like a lot of people know about now, is the Nook Friday event, which happens in November. Now, the way they did this is fairly new to Animal Crossing New Horizons, but this event was basically taken from some concepts they had in past Animal Crossing games, where there would be a sale day in Nook's Cranny, and you could effectively get some really cool goodie bags. So I was really happy that they brought this concept back, although Nintendo didn't really advertise this at all when they updated the game to add it in. It was one of those events that was kept more low-key, so not really that many people knew about it, and still maybe some don't. But it can be incredibly useful to get all of these savings on the many items in the game. There are so many great ones in Nook's Cranny. And a fun fact is that this event was actually updated again, because there was a bit of an issue with it where Timmy and Tommy would constantly remind you the event was going on every time that you spoke to them, which was really annoying. So Nintendo made an update a little bit later on, and they fixed this, which was much to the joy of many people. Overall, there are so many great events in Animal Crossing New Horizons, but I really like taking a look at some of the more secret, low-key ones as well. Yeah, it's true, they aren't all as big of a deal as some of the major ones like Toy Day and Halloween, but I still think they have their rightful place in Animal Crossing New Horizons. For example, having more reasons to go visit the Roost on a special occasion is something that I think is really lovely. We might not usually want to go there every single day, although personally I like to, but if we know something special is going to happen and we get a special interaction with Brewster, it definitely encourages us to more. So I'm hoping in the next Animal Crossing game, Nintendo will work on expanding events even more and adding lots of other little secret ones that we can encounter. I feel like old Animal Crossing games honestly had so many different events, and I'm sad that some of these have never made it back to the series, especially ones from Animal Crossing Wild World where they were honestly really creative. But let me know what your favorite events are down in the comments section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos.